This is where roofing owners actually drive growth and clarity. Every week, real roofing owners bring their toughest business questions, and together we break down what actually drives growth and clarity. Let's dive in.
If your business is not doubling, if you're going into October and you're worried about the winter, if you're trying to figure out what you should do over the winter, these are questions you can ask.
Hey, what's up, Adam? I have a question. We're fully in-house W-2 employees, and I'm teasing the idea of going fully performance for the install crews. And I'm curious, we have like 3 crews, about approximately 5 people each, so about 15 people. And I'm curious how you would architect the comp structure if we went fully performance for in-house employees, not a sub crew, if you've ever structured something like that. Fully performance, no hourly, including like leadership bonuses, just the entire comp structure, how you would structure it.
That's a really good question. First of all, I might not go full performance. I would do like maybe like hourly with like fast hands bonuses for coming over under budget, and then having like a bonus for coming under budget more times than over budget, and paying out a monthly bonus based on the number of times they go over under, because it sucks to pay out a really great performance bonus on one and then suck on the other kind of thing. We did this before with Eustace. They do full performance on the roofing crews, but essentially how they do it is they have like junior installers and senior installers and foremen, and they pay a bundle rate. Junior installers get this much per bundle, senior installers get this much per bundle, foreman gets this much per bundle, laborers are hourly. They take that bundle, let's say you did 20 bundles at $20 a bundle, that'll be $400. Then they divide that by 8 hours, and that becomes your hourly rate that day. And then they would like basically have like, what was your hourly rate for the last 2 weeks? And that way they abide by the overtime laws. It's a complex process.
You're talking junior seniors. We have training program that's 5 stars, like a 5-star certification, basically 5 different levels of skill certification that I was thinking about breaking out like the different levels of performance.
Yeah, we've done that as well. We did it with Capilli, and then we did it with this other company. And so essentially you have to set up a rate table, but you essentially create these position requirements to go from like A1, and then you have like surcharges if you're a driver, but this is based on hourly, but you could essentially structure it this way too. And then you have like a rate for each one. And then that way they are getting paid for the amount of material that they actually get down. You have to manage for quality, right? So you all of a sudden have this immense challenge with quality, don't have a profitability. Before you had a challenge with like profitability, but quality, you could kind of like assume that they're getting paid to do the job right. It's like in Equity Roofing did this. It's kind of like if you come in 10% under or better, then you get this. If you're 10% over, then you get nothing. And we had to build out a HubSpot thing where basically when they close out a job, it would be like they would have to go into their payroll. So it's another way to do it without necessarily flipping over to a completely pay by the square.
So out of all the different ones that you've worked with, what's been the most successful?
I would say the multi-tier, clearly set, like what you're doing already, like some kind of internal trades development kind of program where people are first year, second year, whatever that is, having a rubric so you judge based on merit and skill.
Yeah, we have that.
Then when you create something where there's a binary yes or no, so you don't have to talk about profitability, just binary yes or no. Did you come in under or over? Because they're like, are we under? Are we under? We really worked hard today. Oh, we were under. Yay. Like binary, dopamine, celebrate. And then they have to like come in under more than half for the month, and then they get their fast hands bonus. That's been the most successful because it was the one where everybody was kind of united in the goal. So it wasn't like, man, I put like 14 bundles yesterday, you only put on 10. Like, you don't get that. It works for like years. Reisman's figured it out. He has an enormous talent draw, 150 installers, and he's got like an irreplaceable company culture that's really hard to develop. So like to replicate his plan has been very difficult. I've had other people try and do it, and replicating it is very hard. But he literally pays by the bundle, but processes it as hourly.
Interesting.
We literally had to go through and build this like super complicated Lucid chart when he was selling to Vertex so that Vertex could understand it. And if he got hit by a bus, they would still be able to do it. That probably cost him $10,000 just for us to document it. He paid $7,500 a month for a year for us to document all of his processes to the degree that it would like get him an extra multiple on his exit. That gained him probably about $6 million.
Are you saying you didn't charge him enough?
Absolutely. It drives me nuts. He phones me the day after the check clears. It's $37 million in his bank. He calls me laying on his front grass in front of his house and he says, I could not stand up from this spot for the rest of my life. And I know that my wife's okay and my kids are okay and my kids' are okay. And I could just not move from this spot for the rest of my life. But I'm not the type to do that. So and then he goes back to work. That was probably one of the coolest phone calls I ever got. But I realized I didn't charge nearly enough. The per square thing is a proven model. It's just hard to do it when they're on W-2. If you're going full sub, then yeah, you just pay bundle rates. But then, you've got, are they truly W-2? And then you get IRS sniffing around and lots of stuff like that.
Was Jason's process to convert to hours, was that pretty automated or did he have a lot of manual work to make that happen?
We built a spreadsheet that automated it. He thought we could create an app and sell it to people, but then he just decided to sell his roofing company instead.
Yeah, that helps.